Well, here we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, and we are seeing a very, very troubling top forming. It is my opinion that we're very likely going to see a very significant correction action, and we could be seeing a major top forming, especially if we start to take out some of these lows here, which I think we will around this 17, 750 range. I also think that if we break this 17, 200 level or the 1700, we'll see a much deeper correction action. But you can see how troubling this is. It's trying to go higher here, just not able to really rally much higher, and we're seeing it kind of close with this PowerPoint range. Also, I did talk to everybody about this upcoming seminar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to give people a little better understanding with market analyst and what it's all about and some of the great features that it has. I mean, in fairness, I need to really highlight this a little more, in my opinion, because I think I'm not doing everyone a service here in that regard, because there's a lot there that can really help you tremendously. It's just that there's a lot to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to create, as I said, a free webinar for those that are interested in GAN and astrological charting. I'm going to do a little bit there. Down the road, we might charge for a little bit, for some proprietary stuff. But in this first couple seminars, I just want to do that too as a thank you for the patience and for some of the difficulties we're having with my computer. What can you say? Sometimes, turning the button on, I'm all ready to go, and it's it's not ready to go. What can I say? Anyway, this is PowerPoint too, and that's what it does is it fractionalizes these moves, and they also go off 45-degree angles, basically on a square. As that's all you're kind of seeing in time, and but this is kind of turns out almost, you can see it almost into a kind of almost looks like a rectangle formation. But what you're doing is seeing subforms, okay? And what you could see here is it holds those ranges when they come across and when they come through the down angle. Now we could see that that's been holding also these Fibonacci lines, Fibonacci fan lines, and we saw it break that. And this is to me telling me that we could really be seeing even more weakness to the downside. Also, we're seeing divergence on the long term. By the way, and I did say it in the other video, and those that have an interest, I'm trying to keep a track of those that have an interest in it, so I can get an idea of what we need to do. I could be reached at Gary Apple Nancy Nancy, Frank Apple Nancy Nancy at gmail.com. So GANFan at gmail.com. Just let me know if you have an interest in it, and we'll put you on the list here. Anyway, we're going to try to do that rather soon. I do think we're at a very, very crucial road here, and I do think, in my in my opinion, I think that this could be a big problem. I mean, I really think we could see a move down to the 16,000 and maybe even 15,000 on the on the longer term, and this could really be even a major, major top, because what we're looking at is, I think, prices trying to rally higher after a very, very long extended 6-year advance, and we need to realize that that all comes to an end. Look at this line that came from the major lows. You could see this is the Fibonacci fan. See it catch the lows and these highs here. So it's not as if this is not a significant range. Look at catch the main ranges here. Now you're seeing it catch the high here. So we could be looking at a move toward this 17,000, and as you see it in the bigger picture, you could see what I mean. It would come back into here, and then as long as it can kind of hold this, that would be good. But and it probably will bounce. But what happens is down the road, you could see that blow through those areas, and that would be very, very troubling. And we could be seeing probably one of the bigger issues we've ever really, I think, possibly ever faced. So anyway, we got to watch this very, very carefully, and that's it for the Dow. I would watch for some attempt for it to try to rally back. So you can see this support range, the prior low here, and then the prior low here. Let me just kind of move into this so you can see it a little more. Okay. Now, here you could see what I'm talking about. As we have the main low, you could see this box square low where we caught the high here, and you could see it coming right in. The nice thing about this is shows your horizontal and your support and resistance in the future, and it's very, very powerful. And then you see our line coming in, and it's very, very telling, I think, and then it holds this other 45-degree for the box here, and we see it coming into the next line. So this could be very, very troubling. It can try to take that little bit of bounce back, but I still think it follows this angle and could start to break and accelerate. Watch for the acceleration, because this could really be very lucrative for those that want to play the put side of the market. I would just watch for anything that breaks over the 18 100 and say 40 level, maybe even shorter than that. But I would be short or play those kind of scenarios, if it calls and that's your trading style. But I do think we could see some serious downward action.